Oh, Shayna. Hello, Mr. Kurt.
I've been promoted to panelist.
I can hear you. It was the some good lighting. We're just getting started. People are coming in. I just sent out the email with the link to everybody. Make sure they got it. So I imagine people will trickle in here. Got a couple minutes before we begin. Who's in the audience? Anyone want to come on? Cliff, Mike? Oh, you can just hit allow to talk. Does that mean that they can just like ask a random question? I've never been so open in one of these things.
I have no idea.
We'll have to figure it out. I'm going gallery view.
Hey, how do you want to pick which of these websites to do?
I figure we can also just ask in chat and stuff, but like I thought we'd just keep this pretty casual. You have your drink on hand?
Yes.
Okay, I've got a claw.
A claw? I'm cooking with gas.
Yeah, I could go for, what do I got? I don't have any whiskey right now. I have tequila and rum. We're out of vodka. We've been out of vodka for 2 weeks because we keep forgetting to get some at the store. You go to the store and even the cheap vodka, it's like $20 vodka, is behind a glass case. And you're like, you ask the person, can you get that for me? They're like, yeah, we'll leave it at the front. And then kind of like 900 things are going through your mind while you're waiting in these lines at the grocery store. And so you just forget.
Oh, is that, I don't know, at our local grocery store, you just walk in and get it.
Yeah, I mean, there is the reasonably priced vodka is actually behind the glass for us for some reason. I don't know why. So
strange.
But the claw is right there in front, man. This stuff was hard to get a few months ago. They had the opposite of a COVID crisis problem. I swear in October of last year, you couldn't find White Claw at the store. It was just sold out, sold out, sold out. And I'm kind of obsessed.
Julian says no sound yet. And I question if his headphones work.
Yeah. Can anybody else hear us? All right. Anybody want to talk here? I'm just going to promote everybody for now, and we'll see if anybody wants to come in.
You're crazy.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Cliff, I see a wall.
I don't think any of these people were expecting that.
Oh man, yeah, they just came in. They're all muted, so they have to choose to turn their stuff on.
Well, I have. All right, I got Widow Jane here.
Nice. Are you an on the rocks kind of person?
Yeah, so this is a graduated 2-ounce glass. And then I also have my rocks. So, all right, it is 5:01 p.m.
All right, then you're legally allowed.
Yes.
As a parent, to not be called to not be called an alcoholic father.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty good.
This is how we're gonna start this off.
Should we record this? Oh, we are recording this.
Oh yes, we're recording this. All right, so I'm gonna take this guy right here.
That's my new favorite GIF right there.
1 ounce. 1 ounce of what? What is this thing? 91 proof.
Okay.
So this is a bad idea.
Yeah, take it easy. Well, cheers. Cheers to everybody else that's made it. Welcome to e-commerce happy hour. As I promised, we don't really have an agenda for today. We're just going to hang out, possibly tear down some websites. If you've got a site you'd like
Maybe,
Kurt and I to
possibly.
review. Yeah, quite possible.
All right, hold on. We got this guy. Here we go.
Cheers. Ooh, yeah.
A little left in there. Why not?
That's good stuff. Oh boy.
And then this ounce. This one's my sipping whiskey. We'll put that.
Ah, I see.
See, there we go.
Oh, that looks good.
So the first ounce, which I just realized, I've not eaten dinner yet, so that was on an empty stomach.
It goes quick, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I hope you're ready to party. We'll put this guy back. So, all right. Yeah. So we've confirmed that people can hear us. Excellent. We got people trickling in. It's ticking up.
Yeah.
I would love to do some website teardowns, and I would love to answer or discuss your questions. And you can come on and join us or not. It is up to you. So any questions as they come up, comments, post them in the chat. But so that people understand the value and abject horror of watching your website be critiqued live, please go ahead and we need a volunteer. Someone paste the URL to their site in here.
Yeah. Okay, we've got a couple here. We'll bring Tyler on.
Fabulous. Just do them and whoever the
First one on the list.
Very good.
Tyler, you've been promoted. If you want to come on in and share your URL here as well. Pod your reef. Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Plush in a rush, I see.
Yeah.
Stark life.
Tyler, you've been promoted. If you want to turn on your video and audio. Here you come. Hi, how's it going?
What's up, guys?
Hey. Howdy, sir.
Oh, you want my store, not just my site?
Yeah, the store.
There's a difference?
Yeah, is the store?
No, just a subdomain.
Oh, okay.
Take a
well,
look.
I may as well fire up.
Oh yeah, virtual workouts. And were you doing this before COVID?
Nope.
Okay, so it's really new. I'm actually subscribed to a virtual workout class. It was originally a workout class, and then it turned into a virtual workout class.
Through which company?
It's called Urban Fitness here in Oakland area, and it's like high impact training kind of stuff. And
were they doing virtual stuff prior to this or no?
No, but I think they already had the platform set up, so they were kind of ready for it. They were able to do it pretty much instantly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but my wife whispered, "How many classes have you actually gone to?" Okay, so I was going 3 days a week in real life, but I don't go to the virtual classes. I just decided to keep paying the money to them to support them while they're shut down.
So if you were, a question for you on that. So if you were to have the option of a platform like where we have several classes throughout the day that are live and scheduled, and you had to attend at a certain time, would that be more enticing to you, or would you prefer something where it was like there was a dashboard and there was like 10 or 12 classes to choose from, like high intensity intervals with Nick or stretching and mobility with Justin, and it was just kind of like follow along videos that you could do at any time?
Well, to me, the number one barrier to entry to working out, and the only reason I paid for this and went and go to these classes was the motivation to do them. I'm reasonably good at working out like 3 to 5 days a week for about half an hour of cardio, but that wasn't enough for me. And I wanted somebody to tell me to get off my ass and work really hard for about an hour. And so that's what going to the class does for me. And for some reason, I don't have the same motivation to attend the virtual class. Besides that, and having my son around the house or my wife around the house while I'm trying to attend this thing, it just doesn't work out the same way as it was literally 1 block away, walking down the street and
Gotcha.
going. And then, but here, Kurt, let's get into the website itself. You want to share your screen? Let's tear it down.
Kaboom! Can you see this thing?
Yeah, looks good. And this is the core site, and then we've got the shop dot for the e-commerce. But we got to think about maybe the goal of the site overall is probably to book them into lots of trainings, and then
is this a local shop? Because I see the top says like Orange County's top personal training gym. Okay.
Prior to COVID, we didn't have any virtual services.
All right. So I mean, it changes it a little bit in that this site is atypical in that one, we're looking at a brochure site for a local service that was affected, and then two, the Shopify store is like a subdomain specific really to those the gym members, etc. Right?
Well, no, the online store is designed to ship anywhere.
And is the audience everyone?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
All right.
no.
Well, that changes my thinking a
Yes.
little
Yeah.
bit.
Yes, but no. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trying to trick me there, weren't you?
Well, yeah,
Oh.
that was definitely a trick question to me. And that's so the question is, do you want to sell the online membership or do you want to sell the product, and which one leads best to the other products? You know,
We want to sell. Well, we don't sell the online classes. We give those away.
okay.
We want to sell the
Okay.
products.
That's a lead gen tool.
Oh,
Lead gen tool, exactly.
okay.
Okay.
I actually love that.
So we
So,
basically,
need
so
a
we
lot
have,
of
so
lead gen.
the way we have a local service business. We have about $35,000 to $40,000 in product sales a month in those locations. And we want to my goal is to get online product sales to match and eventually eclipse that number.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we got here. Here's the Shopify store. When we land on it, assuming that this is for everyone, well, actually, no, not even that. What I would make sure to do is, like, we've got this logo in the top. It looks really professional, looks really good. There's no tagline. If it had a tagline, it would differentiate this from the regular site, and it would help me figure out what the heck I'm looking at. So even in the title tag, Stark Life Supplements. All right, on this one, I want it to say Stark, and then under here, supplements. Just like one word tagline would really help to orient people here.
Even just the word shop, actually, just because you have the main site and the shop site.
Yeah, just something. I think that would help. And the big advantage there is that logo appears on every single page. In the top, we've got this announcement bar. Become the best version of you. This is wasted space, man. Number one concern that people have right now is, are you shipping? Nobody knows. And that's a lot of people are shopping direct from independent third-party merchants for the first time ever. And so it's driven largely by people trying to get their stuff faster. So if you could update this to just say, yes, we're still shipping supplements. Aha, it reinforces what you sell, and it'll make it clear to people that you are still shipping.
And if you're shipping from Orange County, I would say shipping now straight from Orange County, distributor, COVID safe Orange County distributor, whatever you want to say along those lines.
I would kill this homepage link. Let's see what we got.
Oh, you would?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
We want to do categories instead of shop once we're on the shop dot, right? We want to break it down into subcategories a little bit.
Yeah, because right now it's like Stark Home, Shop, and Drop Downs, Cart. This would work way better if it was just broken out into like this sub menu should be the main thing. And then the other advantage to that is at a glance.
So you're saying the categories should be individual items and then nav bar?
Yeah, on this page, on the subdomain.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, just
so
here.
you don't want a home page linking back to the home page of the store or back to the main site.
Well, linking back to the main site could work, but I mean, you told us, hey, this is for everybody.
The logo does that. So are we fine if you click on the logo, it takes you back to the main site?
See, this is where it gets confusing. Well, the logo goes back to this site.
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah,
which
the
is that's the expected behavior.
got it. And then so ditch the home page, and then have a link back to this Stark main site, and then instead of a shop drop down, we would have individual categories across the top.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 categories and then a more button that has the rest of them in a drop down.
Generally, I never want any link list to be more than 5 items. Just like 5 items at a glance is manageable. More than 5, it starts to get overwhelming.
So
even outside of like looking at the site, I don't know what the videos look like, but like you have to, if you're not doing it already, sell product at like the end of all of your virtual workouts. I think that's the only way you get crossover from the lead gen to the product sales, and
Very
have like a
wise.
strong link call to action. I would specifically be looking at selling really specific, this looks like some of it is, but some of it isn't, really specific short-term benefit products that you'd use right at the end of a workout. You assume they just worked out, and it's like, buy a 10 pack of our post-workout protein powder, right? And you've got protein here, but is it called my post-workout protein powder for the, like made for your Stark design virtual workout or whatever it is? Like, make it as specific as possible and really tie that lead gen component with a strong call to action to the product. That's just
Well, I like it.
Question,
We got
so-
that. That's pretty brilliant, Eric.
Oh yeah. So then a question, one of the things we had was like, so we organize our like social media content into topics for the week. And then we're going to send out an email to all of our virtual class attendants and just say, hey, in case you missed this week, here are a couple of the highlights in terms of like the content. Like last week we were talking about carbohydrates. Make sure you checked out this post. And by the way, this product is in our store, and first-time customers get 20% off, something like that.
Yeah, something like that works. I think you're in the I think you should have a membership component to you. So I like the idea of giving these classes away for free, but I think there should be an elevated membership where maybe there's more of an interactive live workout that you can do. And maybe you also get discounts on all the products and supplements as well. So I would look to add a membership component, a top tier level to this. I think that having a large base of free users is great, but you're going to want a paid membership subscription that maybe gives them first a shirt just for signing up for the membership, like so they have the merch and they can wear that in the virtual workouts. And then it like also gives a permanent 10% off of all purchases, including a large discount on the first purchase, something along those lines.
So back on this,
Sorry.
the user experience on this site, because I want to try to limit it so we can get to some others. I like that we've got the risk reversal of doctor approved on here, and then at the bottom like featured products. Though some more information about like about the doctor, I would like link to an about page about this. That would be helpful. On these featured collections, I would make these background images a little darker just so you can read the text. It would give it a less messy look. Heading into all products, I don't see
you said on the categories, you make the pictures darker.
Yes.
Yeah, you see how it's like the general wellness one is actually really tough to read because of the background image.
Or if you
So
blur the background image, that would help.
Make the picture darker and then go with white text. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Or any which way that you could just make it more readable is really the end goal.
The web is 90% typography. If I can't read it, I'm not going to try to figure it out. I'm just going to leave your site. So if you make things hard to read, like you've actively attempted to here, it's a no-go. That's like the first thing I look for. Okay. One of the first things. Okay. So if we head into all products, I don't see review stars in here, and I don't see a way to sort. Having a way to sort is, anytime it's present, we see people use it. So it's at least in heat mapping. So it's my belief that having sort when you have more than 10 products is helpful.
Okay.
Because you've got a manageable amount of products, but you have enough where people need a little bit help sorting it. I don't see review stars in here. I'd love to have reviews. Let's see, which is a good one to look at. Well, what's your bestseller, or like one of your bestsellers?
The fish oil and the vitamin D.
Okay. All right. Well, I like fish oil. I'll take fish oil. Let's check it out. Landing on this page, really a couple really common mistakes here that I see, and part of it's this theme. But having the product form after the description, I never do it. I always move it up at the top. I love it, and like that way, it's above the fold. It shows up first. It's present. It's where we expect it. Like every other site has the product form upper right. So that's what we want to maintain here. That's just a theme setting. You could hang up and do that in the next 2 minutes. I promise.
So when you say product form, you're talking about
this guy.
Add to cart.
Like add to cart, buy with short quantity. there'll be an option in that theme setting that says like above or below product description. Put it above. And then either you centered this text or the theme did it.
It's a theme thing.
Okay. Yeah, because I've run into this theme before.
Should we scrap the bullets? Just eliminate the bullets?
Well, if you eliminated the bullets, it would look better. But again, hammering on typography, center text is harder to read, especially when it's longer. So ideally, I would get it left aligned. And there's literally like a single bit of CSS somewhere that is forcing your product descriptions to be centered. I guarantee if you contact this theme developer, they've gotten this request a million times, they will tell you how to fix it.
Okay. So you just
and I would
theme developer. Okay.
Yeah, and I would add product reviews as well when you get a shot. I like that I could easily read the labels. We've sold supplement sites before. One thing I would do is I'm sure you or your designer has access to the label. Export it as a JPEG and just upload the flat label so people can read it. It's helpful. And then typically with pills, people want to know like, well, how big is this? What's it look like? We at no point actually show them the product. I saw the bottle. Show me the pills.
Oh, like the capsules, so like actual size kind of thing.
Yeah, it helps because they don't know anything about it, and it's not printed on the label, and the thing's not clear. So I would just make sure upload the image of the label and upload and add a photo of the product itself.
Would you do it with like a quarter or something like that? People could. You're talking about people wanting to know how big it is. So you put it with something next to that they recognize, like a penny or a quarter. So they'd be like, "Oh, they're that big."
I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I was going to say a ruler, space, but that's way better. Yeah.
I would.
A coin is better than, or something's better than a ruler, you think?
Yeah, because a ruler is abstract distance and a quarter is something everyone touches used to touch on a daily basis.
Yeah, I like the quarter.
No one touches quarters anymore. Changed.
Oh, way to go, Derek. You bring it up the bad thing.
Yeah, I'll use one of the coins. I'll use one of the coins that nobody wants anymore now.
All right, I would like to move on to this one. There's a site I want to show you. It's not for anyone in here, but Tackle Baby Gear's Beef Brody just sent it to me.
Awesome.
And
Perfect.
I think
Tyler, thanks so much. I'm going to push you back out.
Thank you, Tyler.
Guys.
Pit Viper sunglasses. All right, so I search it. Up here at the top, this is Google Shopping. The only way you get up here is Google Shopping. That may seem obvious to some people. It is not to a lot of merchants. So I strongly encourage, if you have not explored Google Shopping, try it out. It's really good. But let's head to Pit Viper sunglasses. This is about to blow your mind.
It's already, I think, blown somebody's mind right there.
Whoa! Look at this. If you want to talk about, like, merchants sometimes obsess over style and design. But when they do, they're always trying to get to either cool or premium. It does not, the trick is, don't be like everybody else, because people tell me, like, I want my site to look like Allbirds. I want my site to look like Apple. You know what? Make your site look like what you want. And there is nothing quite like this thing. My God. They took early 90s, late 80s vaporwave style to an extreme. And I love it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to impulse purchase these sunglasses. They're beyond cool. Now, the downside to design like this is anytime you have something atypical, it may confuse people. They may not necessarily know at a glance how to do it. I also enjoy, and it's not for every brand, but profanity stops people. It catches their attention. We're taking precautions and still shipping. Fuck you, COVID-19. In this case, it fits the brand. So if it makes sense for your brand, profanity actually can get people's attention. And it is extremely obvious what they sell. The advantage to having video up here is it's super engaging. It gets attention. If you notice, there's no controls on this video. This is just an auto looped play muted video. That will work on nearly all devices. So if we head into like Ready, Set, Go, clearly their call to action, we head in. Oh my gosh, look at this collection image. They've got filters in here. I can tell you these filters are not, it's not built into the Shopify theme. But oh wow. I think I need these. Oh my gosh. Could barely handle it. These are so great. Let's head in here. And looks good. It's got, there's some reviews in here. related products. Wow. It's
really
quite
good.
impressive. Look at this thing. Just outrageous. Outrageously cool.
Give
All right,
us
so
more
this is-
money. Add to cart. Their
Well, right
upsell
here.
is like a middle finger.
Anytime you want to do, give us more money. That is great. So they've got a free shipping progress bar here. Add $86 to activate free ship. That's fabulous. Yeah, it does say $86. That's a very high free shipping threshold. So to figure out what your free shipping threshold would be, I would recommend take your average order value, add 15%. That should be your free shipping threshold.
Love it.
I also love down here, notice what they labeled this this button down here. Proceed to checkout for the button. Okay. By default, the themes always say checkout. It doesn't make sense. Checkout often sends you like it's you go to the checkout. You're not actually completing the purchase. So I don't like checkout as a label. For that reason, it's inaccurate. Proceed to checkout, it generally forces that button much wider, makes it more obvious, it's more accurate, and most importantly, it's what Amazon uses. So that helps because everyone has shopped on Amazon, they kind of set the pattern. So whether or not it's a good idea, if Amazon does it, it becomes the default. So anytime you can leverage patterns that already exist on Amazon, do it. Let's head to their checkout and see if they styled it. Not everybody does. Oh, well, here, I use Shop Pay for everything. There's my address. If you want to send me gifts or hate mail.
Blurring it out with my fingers.
Boom. Okay, so we can tell right away these guys are on Shopify Plus. Why? They modified the checkout. Very, very, very tough to do if you don't have Shopify Plus. But yeah, this looks good. However, if I wanted to take this further, since you're adding, when you add your logo to your Shopify checkout, that's an easy way to sneak in extra info. So you could be like, questions, call us toll free and include your phone number, or 100% money back satisfaction guaranteed. That nice way to sneak stuff in here is just in that logo. By editing languages in the theme, you could rename shipping to fast shipping, quick shipping, free shipping, and payment I often rename to secure payment. Okay.
I'll add a quick tool tip. There's a really nifty tool that I'm pretty bullish on called Order Bump here. Very similar to how you added on the cart page to add that extra product in there to receive free shit. You can do the exact same thing. It's a very small, very simple little box. And I believe it's on the information tab here only for Shopify Plus. And it's just, you hit that one button, you just say yes to that, automatically adds it in and keeps you on the checkout page. Doesn't take you away, just puts the product in your cart and lets you keep going. So I really like that one at
That's pretty
checkout
good.
because that's when you have the most intent is right there at checkout. So it works
Absolutely.
really well. And maybe
No, I agree with
glasses
that.
cleaner would actually be perfect there because they said no to the other offer, the glasses, but now they need to clean your shit. So I would be a clean your shit, $15, and then boom, profit maximizer.
Such a fun brand. So great. All right,
Yeah,
I'm done with this one. Let's move on to another one.
All right. Todd's hand is still raised. Todd, are you still here? You want to do it? I'm going to promote him and see what happens. And Jenna, you can be next. If Todd is bailed. Yeah, he's here. And his site was, I have it right here, plushinnarush.com. I'll say it again.
Plush in a Rush.
Hello.
So, hello, Todd. You are very active in my Facebook group.
Oh,
thank you.
Thanks for noticing. Yes, I try my best to participate.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we're on plushinnarush.com. I'm sharing my screen. I got it open in front of me. Tell me what this is. Briefly.
Okay, we're a wholesale supplier of stuffed animals and teddy bears. So we sell to retailers, gift shops, nonprofits, schools, dance studios, just whoever needs batches of teddy bears at $150 or more.
I like it. Okay, and so a few of the things I like about this site. I recognize this theme. This is one of the older Shopify free themes, I believe. I don't know if they still have it available. But I used this early in my career many years ago on a site that sold rally graphics for rally cars. I'm going to talk about niche. Plush in a Rush. It's a cool logo. This theme is fits the thing. We've got your phone number, your 800 number up here. I love that. The designer and distributor of plush toys, America's plush headquarters. And you lead with, hey, this is the minimum order. So I'd like this. The thing I would change, an announcement bar would be nice. So you could include, that you could include this. Yes, we are shipping. I mean, I like the extra detail here.
Okay, I thought it was up. I do have an announcement bar. It just must not have popped up for you.
Oh, okay. All right, here's a design trick that I learned many years ago, 20 years ago. You lean back from your screen and you blur your eyes. And if you do, you can kind of figure out, like, is it messy? Is it obvious? And my only criticism of this site is there's a lot going on, and this theme in particular suffers a terrible disease called borderitis. And borderitis is when everything has a border stuck on it, and thus kind of it makes it very busy very quickly. Like, this thing has a border, but also there's dividers in here, and there's a gradient, and like every one of these links is encapsulated in a button with a rounded corner, and then the entire body section has a border around it. But don't worry, there's also a divider for the sidebar, and then each of these individual sets. So you can see very quickly where it makes it a little messy.
This is actually a fatigue component. It's literally like an online fatigue thing. They did studies that people who are like browsing online and see that much activity on the site get more fatigued and end up leaving.
Their eyes cross and they take off.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much quite literally.
Yes. So, earlier we told, I think Tyler was his name. We said, hey, limit the number of links in a link list to 5 ideally. And that the advantage of that is that people can see it at a glance. So like down here, we got a lot of that going on. So like one of the things I do to try and make room for myself when working within a theme, because we lovingly call this the 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag problem. I don't say this to clients normally, but there's just a lot of sites are displaying too much, and they're not great about self-editing. So what we'll do is like, all right, this thing, the copyright text down there, it should be a little bigger. But that's what, like, I would hide your privacy policy link and terms and conditions link into this footer. Into this copyright like line. We'll call that the subfooter. All right, so that frees up 2 things in here. The home link. I would never have a home link anywhere. Everybody understands they could use the back button. They can click the logo. That one is a gimme. You could safely get rid of that.
Okay.
The other thing that's odd about this, it's not clear to me what the call to action is. Normally there's like a big hero image and a CTA, but I understand this is more B2B. So like, when I land on this site, what's the number one thing you want me to do?
That's a great, I think it's just a matter of like using the search bar or just kind of browsing the categories or the top picks, see if there's an interesting bear, because it's not like people want to.
And if you're using the search or I'm browsing, what am I browsing for?
Most people are looking for teddy bears. I'd say about 80%. So I just try to put a lot of teddy bears up front and stuff that's seasonal, stuff that might grab your attention.
So what I would do is make sure you have a search bar. Like this search bar that's hiding up here, it could also live on the homepage. So you could have like a big full width search bar on here with a big call to action that says like, find your bear, search.
That's great. Yeah.
And then what you can also do in Shopify is pull your, reports, there's a report called top online searches. And so like, here's course of performance. I just launched this site. If I scroll down, like it's very clear, like we're featuring this product, but we're reliant on search. So we got this big YMM calculator, search by vehicle. But anyway, if I scroll down, my safety net is search your vehicle or part number. I have this right on the homepage, and I have it here. It's my safety net, but notice the call to action. I'm very clear. Search your vehicle or part number. If I type Mustang in there, I'm going to get parts. If I know the part number, and many people do, they'll find it immediately. So on your site, I want to make it as clear to people as possible what you want them to do next. So like here we've got featured categories. Here we go. We've got our featured bears. So if you wanted to keep this theme and it fits the brand, a theme developer could clean it up for you by just removing a lot of, really just by like deleting chunks of CSS and clean it up a little bit. You could remove some content, but I think like the thing that would help the site most if just there was just a very clear call to action.
Okay.
Let me click
clear
through it
call to
quickly, and then we'll move on to another one here. Oh, you're doing quantity breaks. Excellent. So few people do quantity breaks. Anytime we've implemented them, they do tremendously well. Let me go to, I'll show you a site that's really, really good that does it. And this looks like, this is bold quantity breaks. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know your sponsors.
It generates this table for you, which is very convenient. Yeah, if I was wrong, that would have not been great. We would have quickly moved on. So you've got breadcrumbs up here. I like that. The layout to the product section is very typical. I like that. You have changed the wording on these cross sells. Brilliant. The only thing that's missing here, the product description is very vague. It's like, you get a bear. I suppose at the same time for wholesale, they know what it is, but like, what's the size? What's the, like, I guess you did say it, did you? Yeah, 10-inch. Okay.
Yeah, and on
materials.
This featured product category, I made it small so that it's not as wordy on the home page. So if you went to a different product, it would be a little bit more wordy.
Okay. But I like, and then you've got minimum order built into this. This is very good. Product successfully added. Oh, here's an easy opportunity. Have it take them to the cart page. I would 100% get rid of the shipping estimates thing. I hate these things. Because essentially, like, I'm going through this twice. Like, I'm putting my state and zip code in, calculating shipping. Then I'm going to go to checkout, and then I'm in checkout. I'm going to do the same thing. So I find them frustrating and annoying, and it's like it's competing with my call to action.
Yeah, gotcha.
Say with what do people use this added note for? Everybody has this added note thing in their checkout.
Yeah. What do we use it for?
Yeah.
People might just put please ship right away, or they just have special instructions. I just kind of have that on there in case they just need to say something.
Do they ever do anything weird, like drop a coupon code in there?
No. Everyone,
okay.
Usually when they put a note, it's actually pretty relevant.
Okay. So if you're, since you're B2B, this is probably different for you. But I would say, anytime I see these note boxes, looking at what people have put in the past. If you can get rid of it, absolutely get rid of it. I want one less thing on this cart page. But in your case, all right, that's relevant. Makes sense for your audience. If you have a compelling reason to keep it, rewrite the damn label to reflect that. In your case, it's special instructions. So rather than say add a note to your order, say, have any special instructions for us? Add it below. Like, I just prompt them with the way a majority of people use it.
Mm-hmm.
Short circuit their brain. They'll be like, oh yeah, I did have a note. Cool.
So it says that you can take orders over the phone. Do you take a lot of orders over the phone?
Yeah, it's gone down a little bit, but we take plenty of orders over the phone. Our age tends to skew a little bit older, a little bit more old-fashioned, a lot of small town folks.
In B2B.
Sometimes they just want to call and make sure that it's a real company kind of thing, because they're spending a lot of money on there. Usually.
So there's two tools. They're made by the same company called Ecommerce, and I think they're going to change your business. It's called Callback Request, and the other one's called Scout, which is like a order. It's a very similar functionality. In both cases, you essentially give your either in one, it's going to actually ping you with the person's phone number to let them know they've abandoned cart. And then you can outreach them and say, hey, it looks like you were having problems at the checkout. Did you want to close your order? I can do it here over the phone for you right now. And the callback request one, I think would be huge for you if you have a sales team department, even a customer service lead that can just jump on those phone numbers as they come in. So a lot of people don't like to call the 800 number, but they do want to talk to you on the phone in this case. And I think those two tools, they're really, really cheap, will increase conversion rate by quite a lot. Just making it easy to get you on the phone.
And so you think that
I wanted to show. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was ready to take off and move on.
All right. Sounds
Here,
good. Thank you,
Todd,
guys.
no, Todd, give us your final
Oh,
thoughts. Questions.
you mentioned like clean up the CSS code. Is there a particular instruction I can give a developer for that?
You would have to define for them like, hey, we want the site to look cleaner. Are there and then define for them things you can get rid of. So I would look for borders first, and you can do it in stages. But it's very easy. Adding the stuff is hard. Finding it and commenting it out is very easy. And they're not even deleting it. You just say comment it out, and that way, if you see it and don't like it, you can undo it.
Got it.
But,
Okay.
yeah. I would say, really, I think if I had to pick a single thing to do to that site to improve it, it would be simplify the design, the layout, and the navigation links.
All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you for your time, guys.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I want to show you on KeySmart. So what's great, this theme is years old and it still looks good. If you do a good job and you've got great content, having a 5-year-old theme, not a big deal, but we're working on an update for the site now. And I want to share with you one thing they're doing here. So obviously this is all custom and clearly they have a media team, but on every page they upsell you, but they don't even upsell you on a separate product. They're like, hey, did you want to buy one KeySmart, it's like key organizer. Do you want to buy 1, 3, or 5? If knowing these guys and having worked with this client for a long time, I would say this decision to do this for almost every product probably has made them more money than anything else. If you just, and what they're doing is it's a quantity break. So they have this very fancy layout for this, but functionally, this is no different than what Todd showed us in Plush in a Rush, where it was all right, how many of these bears do you want to buy? You get price discounts. So 100%, I would absolutely consider doing quantity breaks. Because in this case, yes.
Let me blow your mind.
Oh boy, what do you got for me?
It's 5, 3, then 1, not 1, 3, then 5. It makes you more money.
He's right. It is 1, 3, 5.
Everyone does it small to large, which is just absolutely the wrong way that you want to sell people and frame what they should be buying from you. It's almost like you're telling them that they should only buy 1 here. And so if you just put the 5 on the left, you'll find more people buy the 3 actually is what will happen. No joke.
I will tell them there's a split test we have to run, gentlemen.
Yeah. And give me the results. I would love to see it. It works almost every time.
All right.
50% of the time.
Give me somebody else who would
Jenna,
like to come on stage.
Jenna, we're promoting you now. And drop your link in here. And Jen and I were talking in chat. And if you guys are following along, we're talking about Privy as a pop-up tool and how it might integrate with things like Klaviyo or an SMS tool. So what happens with these pop-up tools is that the pop-up tool sends the email address to Klaviyo, but it doesn't send the user's IP address or browse history. So you actually lose the connection of what pages they visit along on the site when they fill out the form. All Klaviyo gets is the email address. And until that email address is entered in another spot, Klaviyo can't track that user across the site in the same way. This happens in not all cases, but in many cases. And that prevents an abandoned cart email from being sent. And that's why you often need to that's why Privy made their own email automation, is to prevent this this integration error that occurs. And so when you use Privy's native email automation, it increases the number of abandoned cart sends because Privy tracks the user to the next step because they're the ones that collected the email.
Is Privy a sponsor? Are they paying you for this?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
No, that's interesting because I haven't been getting a lot of abandoned carts lately. I noticed, so maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, check out the emails that you're collecting and then see how many abandoned cart emails you're sending out. And you might notice that the only time those emails are being sent out is if they go to the checkout and fill out their email address at checkout, because that's where Shopify automatically does an abandoned cart recovery email. And that's not really helpful. So that just means that Privy's only collecting for the act of emailing your list generically or giving a welcome message or an opt-in kind of thing. And that can be good, but it's not as good as the dynamic abandoned checkout emails that have the products in there, and knowing when to trigger those. So
Okay.
Derek, Jenna, what site am I loading up?
Underpaidclothing.com.
Underpaidclothing.com.
Yes.
Are we gonna get in trouble?
Have I seen this before?
Pay
Maybe
me.
I'm in the Facebook group. Thanks for having me on, by the way. I watch the podcast all the time. Listen to the podcast all the time.
Kurt's the man.
It's on YouTube. You can watch it too. Can you see my screen? All my Zoom stuff
Yeah,
disappeared.
looks good.
Yes.
Okay, good. So landing on the site, this guy, free shipping for orders over $75. Is that bold sales motivator or what is this?
I'm actually using Vitals for that.
Okay. I like it. It's a good idea, but it just gets a little weird because we have these two announcement bars over each other. And I've seen sites where they have two announcement bars stacked. I would just be conscious of it and try to do something about it.
I
like
do
that.
like it because, I'm sorry. I was just gonna mention when when you add a product to the cart, it will go down. Like it will say add another $30 to get free shipping.
Okay. All right. So that it does work the way I think. I would consider, I don't know, maybe one way around it is have it only exclude the homepage, have it display and everything else. Or, combine them, like work this message into your free shipping message bar. That's how I would do it. I would turn off the themes announcement bar, and then in this will probably let you edit its message. I would just in the front of it say, we're still open and still shipping. Free shipping over orders, $75. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. We got our logo. This looks like a free Shopify theme. Yeah. Is this debut?
Debut, yeah.
Yes.
10 points to Kurt. Required drinking break.
So under this menu, this is my biggest pet peeve. I think this is like the biggest mistake that merchants make. And it's probably the thing that hurts people most. The number one thing I want people to do is shop. And we have buried it inside of here. And then we've got this other nonsense about rewards, resources, blog contact. Go on any major website. Best Buy, Target. What happens? Let's see in the main menu. Do they have their blog in their main menu? Does Target or Best Buy have a blog in the main menu? No, what they do, it is exclusively shopping in these main menus. And then they put the other stuff in a sub menu. Or same with like Best Buy. It goes exclusive. All the shopping is in the main menu, and then everything else goes in a sub menu. I want to do the same thing for you. So in this case, what I would do is like about rewards, resources, blog contact. I know how debut works. All of that stuff should just live in the footer down here, like make a new menu. Here, I see you've just repeated the main menu. That's okay. But I'd create a menu called support. And then all of that or info, or overview, I don't know. All of that stuff could go in there. And then up here, that frees us up. That frees us up so we could go, like this main menu could just go shirts, hoodies, hats, patches, stickers, accessories. The other two collections, if they make sense for your brand, that I would always recommend everyone do a new collection and a sale collection, and make one of those either like put those at the end. And what we have found at heat mapping is if you have a new or a sale collection, everybody clicks on those. And the big advantage here is you desperately want to get people to take 2 steps. If they only view the homepage and bounce, which is what most people do, truthfully, that's like someone walking past your storefront as opposed to them walking into your storefront. If you can get them to go to a collection or product page, they have stepped in to check out the goods. That's what we want. Please check out our goods. So here we got like Pay Me t-shirt now available. What if we said like, how about this? Our get paid with the Pay Me shirt, and then under now available, we'd say our most requested shirt or back in stock. Obviously, I want these things to be true, so whichever one makes more sense for you. But like some where there's some implied social proof there, right?
Okay.
And then instead of shop now, it could be like get yours and get paid. Like it's kind of it's a fun brand, right? And we saw with the Pit Viper example, if you have a fun brand, take it to its extreme. Because like when I'm just browsing this, like when I'm sitting on my couch and it's 8 o'clock at night and I'm just scrolling through garbage on Facebook and I click through a site, it really needs to go to an extreme to get my attention. And that extreme could be with like professionalism, features, prices, or tone. And tone is the easiest one to do.
Okay.
I don't know who that
Yeah,
was.
that's actually, I added the shopper collections because of the main menu, being down. So that's why I added that.
Okay. Oh, I see. We're doing some text messaging, some SMS. That's great.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm not too successful with it yet.
That's okay. Hey, listen, I have not messed with it at all, so I'm less successful than you are with it.
Kurt, you got to get on this. I'm preaching SMS. My podcast episode comes out tomorrow on this.
I posted in my Facebook group. I was like, "Hey, should I do SMS?" And it was like 25 comments. I'm like, "No."
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Like,
do SMS
all right, well, you guys talked yourself
clients.
out of it.
All of your clients for sure. The one thing I'd say on this site is that when I think, so I like it. I like the brand. I get the concept a lot. I think that influencer marketing, micro influencer marketing will be really important for this brand. And most importantly, we have to say something that's kind of obvious just based on the concept of the brand, which is that if we're going to be it's an audience of people that are underpaid, they're going to have small budgets, which is going to, it's like sometimes you can actually serve no market with a product, right? Like if you were selling diamonds to people out of work right now, like that would be a 0% market share, right? And so on the flip side, you have a market hurdle that you have to overcome with some forms of additional urgency. And I'd say long-term brand affinity is going to become really into play. Get people really wanting to share the products that they're wearing and getting them involved in a community aspect. And that's how this brand can really take off.
I agree with you that the community is what will drive this. Like there needs to be a story and a message behind this for it to work.
Almost, you could even sponsor one person a month or something like that. Tell me the most frustrating story about how you couldn't get paid from a client or from from your boss, or, tell me about how you got fired, which is like, you could ask 1 million people that today. So they're just getting that, story component built into it.
On the product page, I like that we've got the urgency. Hurry, only 7 units left in stock. I pray and hope that it's real.
No, it's real. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm not a fan of false scarcity. We want to be truthful.
No, yeah. If you change the size, it actually changes, which is nice. Like,
oh, cool.
Medium, I have 10 in stock, so.
Huh. I wonder how they managed it. This is hard to do.
I use Vitals for that as well.
Okay.
Vitals? All right.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
It has like 40 plus apps in one. It's kind of cool, actually. And from what I've heard, it doesn't really slow down your site like adding a lot of apps can do.
Okay. We've seen a lot of that roll-up strategy stuff in Shopify apps. Anyway, I would just remove I'm sure you can edit the language it uses. I would just kill the exclamation points and get rid of the hurry. I don't know. Exclamation points always seem cheap to me. Like, what am I selling tickets to a circus? Get that out of here.
Figure out a brand component that you can build into that, maybe. Just like we were looking at the Pit Viper glasses, like there's opportunities to make little tweaks in the copy that start to really differentiate the brand here.
I like this size guide. When selling apparel, I would get rid of the colon on here, but that's minor. When selling apparel, the number one objection to purchasing is going to be, well, what happens if it doesn't fit? So you really need to bust that one. I would make sure to specify if this is pre-shrunk or not. It doesn't seem to say that. Under size guide, it's not, well, it's unisex. All right, that helps. It might be helpful if you can for at least one of these models to go, like size, height, weight. That will help. People decide if it'll fit them or not. And then lastly, if I buy it and it doesn't fit, what do I do? And if you have an exchange or policy, I would spell that out. And this page looks very nice. Let's see, did we style the checkout? And this checkout is styled. How'd you get these badges in here?
Oh, I think the Vitals app does that as well.
This is the first I've heard of this Vitals app. It does everything.
It does a lot. Yeah, it's really nice.
Cool. Okay. I feel pretty good about this. I hear I'm only $50 away from free shipping. One last question before I move on. Do you have any?
Oh, trying to, not really. I do struggle with building community, but that's, I guess, something I'll figure out with time. But
How many customers a week do you talk to on the phone? There's your problem. The more people you talk to, the more you'll understand their needs, the more you'll understand the other things you can start to offer them to sell them. Right?
He's right.
Like, I would literally sell to 10 people, shut down my entire marketing operation and figure out how I can get those 10 people to buy again. If I can get half of them to buy again, then I think I can build a business off of that. So
on the phone now, or should I use
on the phone or in person, which is probably not practical today. Yes, the phone, because email and customer service inquiries, it's scripted. I get to edit things. You need to hear them talking to you in real time. Video calls would be great.
So like go through the customers that left their phone number and just call them?
Yeah, you could even text them. Yeah, I would just outright call them. Just call them and let them know. Especially, you might want to call them when their order is delivered. You might wait like 1 day and then give them a call. Like right after that, that's a great time to call them and just ask them, have you had a chance to try it on? What do you think of it? Does it fit okay? If you have any problems, let me know. By the way, I have a couple of quick questions. Who are you? What do you do? How much money do you make? Where do you live? Like, what do you care about in life? What concerts did you attend last year? Whatever it is, like you figure out your 5 or 10 key questions, but you'll start to.
I know I know it's weird and intimidating to do, but a lot of really successful businesses were built on that concept. I interviewed the people who made the bed scrunchie. It is a product that keeps your fitted sheet from popping off your bed.
Oh my God, I so need this.
Actually, they sent me one and it 100% works. Like my bed sheet was popping off like every other night. I hated it. And it has not popped off once since I began using this product. So there's their plug. It absolutely works.
Oh, sorry.
When I talk to these guys, say like you launched the product and you had like within 6 months, it was this top selling product. I said, how'd you do it? And his answer was, I called every single person who bought it a week after they made their purchase and asked them like, well, how do you like the product? And uncovered issues with installation and like really figured out a lot. But he said the even bigger advantage there is he got a ton of word of mouth from that. And a majority of those people left positive reviews. So it really is, it sounds simple, but so many people overlook it. It is a tremendously powerful tactic, picking up the phone.
Okay, I'll try it out. I think my fear is just like people being like, how do you get my number? Because people leave their number for like shipping updates, but I feel like a lot of people don't remember they left their number. But I do like the idea of calling like a day after, because then it's still fresh in their mind.
Yes.
And yeah, so I have been doing that. I have also been asking some of my previous customers to go live on Instagram with me. So I've been doing that.
It's a way to do it. Yeah, the number one, so I think you can call them. I know that like some people will be like, why are you calling me? I don't get it. But these are customers that have bought from you. So they should expect some form of a relationship with you. And the fact that you start by being genuinely concerned about how the product's working is the most important thing. And then, if you need to be brief or something like that, you could also email them and ask if you could call them. You could text them and ask if you can call them to chat really quick. But I don't mind the phone call at all is not really going to get you as much pushback as you think it is. If you find it does, then change it to another strategy, but I'd start by just calling people.
Okay, I'm going to try that out because I have heard that before from many people. I just haven't done it yet.
Perfect. Awesome. All right,
Let's
Jenna,
do
thanks for hopping on.
Thank you.
Kurt, what do you think? Do we have time for one more? I actually have.
I'll do another one.
Okay, let's do one more, and I'm going to tell my 4 p.m. meeting that I'm going to be late.
We'll do one, and then we'll take off.
Yeah, and so Emily, I'm bringing you on now. It's getmicroglow.com. And it looks really, really clean. Like I like the site a lot. I peeked. And Leslie, I'm sorry we don't get to Venom. I'd love to showcase it, but we're gonna run out of time. And Snowhole as well. It's good to see you here again.
Boom, microglow.com. All right, I got this guy open in front of me. Can you see this?
Yeah,
Hello, Emily.
Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, or good evening, or whatever it is wherever you are.
Is it late where you are?
No, it's morning. It's around 9 a.m. So just
you have a
getting
beer in your
started
hand, is what
for
you're
the day.
saying.
Yeah, don't start drinking now.
Probably not.
Thanks, guys, for taking my my call, or my whatever you call this. My
Yeah,
I don't know,
sure.
whatever it's called. So this is a
on
brand new
this-
site. I woke up on Saturday morning and built it at 6 a.m. and it's not quite finished, but
so this
I'd
is
love
less
you
than
to
a week
just
old.
Tear it down.
No, it
This,
looks
this
really
version of the this
clean.
version is
Okay, so any issues we see, we will simply chalk up to procrastination. You were going to get to it. You already knew, you just were about to do it.
Exactly.
So landing on the site, this announcement bar, link it to something. I click this thing all day. It doesn't do anything. I would love it if it took me to, like, a common one I do is I'll send people to a collection of all in-stock products sorted by best-selling. Whoa! So like it's an easy win to do that. Because people will click on just about everything on your site. So we got Microglow. The site's really clean. No borderitis here. Looking good. I think this is purely a display issue. This main menu is not. Mega menu doesn't center. Maybe it's because I expanded the page. Nope. Okay. So we've got our mega menu. I love, we see the style is very popular now where you take the photos on construction paper to get this look, and it makes it look very professional. I like that. In a mega menu, I love when we have images. It just makes it gives you this huge target area to click on. It makes it very visual and easy to understand. I love it. I do wish that the labels for the images were larger and centered. Just because it's not because that's because I think that's aesthetically pleasing, but because I think that's the standard that people will look for. And another thing I often do with these mega menus is throw just a drop shadow on the back of it to give it depth. So it's clear that anytime I have an element that pops out, I want to make it clear that it's a temporary thing. So more UX suggestions than anything. Products. The main menu is clean. I don't know that it's a little confusing because it's products and then skincare and derma rollers and bundles and skincare blogger under here. But those are the same things in the main menu. So realistically, could I just get rid of products?
Yeah, I was going to call that explore or something that sort of entices people to come on in, but I hadn't got around to that one yet. So
something
yeah,
else, I've seen people go by problem here instead of by product. So it's like acne, dry skin, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Major key alert.
Yeah, do it by. Who keeps dropping all these sound effects? That guy has a problem. No, you can have in a main menu. You can have multiple links to the same stuff as long as you break it down by how people are shopping. So generally, it'd be shop by type or shop by issue, problem,
Solution,
need,
gender,
whatever it is, solution. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shop by brand. Shop. Those are very shop by price. Just it depends on how big your catalog is and how your people shop. There isn't a wrong way to do it, and it is okay for the same content to appear multiple times on a site as long as it's done in a way that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got derma rollers, skincare, bundles. The only thing is trending, roll with us better than fillers. Skip the fillers. I'm going to get fillers. The just huge bee stung lips. TLDR, skip the about page. Here's what you need to know. I'm confused as to what this wants me to do. Oh, that's the about page. Skip the about page. Here's what you need to know. Then it sends me to an about page, Emily. So like what I generally, I think brand story is so important. People want to know who you are. They want to know who they're buying from. So I would encourage you to on here, like include like the brief overview version of your story of the about page in this section. I love that you've got the illustrations. This stuff's really cool. These illustrations are great. These points are great. What if that appeared at the top in like a row across like below these featured collections? I think that would be really cool. And when I land on the site, I'm not quite getting enough as to what's going on here. I need a little more to orient me, to explain to me why I'm here. Like I could
why you too.
And
like,
yes,
I think there's solutions that might be similar out there. Like how is your product a little bit better and differentiated? I do love the brand and the look of this though quite a lot, but like
yeah,
you have to prove yourself.
Trending. I love trending as a headline. Trending now. I'm guessing that the underline on here is just like left over from whatever template this was. I don't think it fits with the rest of the brand. Yeah,
it can be removed. I think I'm getting,
I would get rid of that. No borderitis. So, and we've got our pre-order badge. Cool. So here, let's cheat. We're going to go to /collections/all. If you ever want to see everything a store sells, just
this is a bad looking page. Yeah, I need to get to this page.
Sorry. I outed you. What? This page looks fine. The colors are
well,
different.
yeah. I suppose it's just not in the order that I would like. The products aren't in the order that I would like them to be. But
well, so that's the thing is, it is not. You said, hey, it's not in the order I want. Well, okay. The solution, and really for everyone's benefit, is you create a collection called all, and then that gives you control over the sort order and what collections appear here.
Yeah.
So on the homepage, it is entirely not clear what it is you want me to click on, what the primary call to action is. And I don't know what the problem that you solve is. So I land on it and I go, okay, this is cool and it's nice, but what does it have to do with me? And I think that's where like Derek suggested about like have a drop-down menu by pane or like solution is very clever.
And I don't know the rules
like
about
me,
before and afters.
Like, help get rid of lines.
Yeah.
I'm a 37-year-old man. I'm concerned about fine lines. Tell me that.
I put on my under eye cream today. I don't know about you, Kurt.
I was going to wear my wife's makeup for this, and then I did not do it. I do. I'm a very greasy man. I look shiny.
Let's start rolling the camera while you're putting the makeup on.
I'm secured by masculinity. I'll put makeup on for you.
Yeah, I love it.
So what is the thing you want us to click on here? What is the ideal scenario?
I mean, all the traffic we are getting is coming from paid, of course, because that's, obviously the quickest way to sort of get people to where you need them to go. So we send them straight to the Derma Roller page where they can, so if you click the Get Derma Rollers option there, they'll come to the page where all of the different products are displayed. Okay. Generally, the ad speaks to what the product does and what the problem and the solution is. So they kind of know when they get to the site what they're.
So you've got the content written.
Yeah.
And give that to me on this page too. If you have the repetition, it helps orient them. It will work very well.
Yeah. So we did have a nice sort of like a bit at the top that had some nice styled text, and I got rid of it because I don't know, I felt like it was sort of a bit naff, but maybe I'll put it back and see how it goes.
You're your own worst critic. You spend more time on your site than anyone else. For someone who just gets dropped into it, we need that. What I love here, what gives this its clean look is the absolute consistency of the product photos. They're all cropped the same. They're all shot the same. It gives it this very clean grid, and that looks very nice. I like that we've got our 5 stars on here. I would say run a heat map. Use Hotjar, run a heat map so that you could figure out people use the add to cart buttons on the collection page or not. On hover, it shows the second image. I love that because on desktop we get this extra this contextual photo. It's very helpful. Purely a suggestion. subjectively, I would consider disabling the CSS animation that gives it that like flash
Mhm.
where just have it do no effect, it just appear. It'll look cleaner. It'll look nice. Because, and the reason like that flash is there for people whose photos are in no way consistent. For you, you have these very consistent photos, so it'll look a lot nicer.
Okay.
When we land on the product page, oh damn, it's so good. It's very good.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, oh, damn, this is terrible.
No, it's very good. Yeah, this is great. My only suggestion is we're hiding the reviews for people. Oh my gosh, don't do that. I would pull the reviews out of the tab and put them down here. And that would help you because you've got description, good to know. I don't know that I might come. I think clarity trumps clever. So good to know is a clever label for this, but it doesn't tell me anything. So I always go with clear, like product description. We just shorten this to description. Good to know. You could rephrase that like what you need to know. You know what? All right. So if this were mine, these tabs would be description would be the first one. And then second, you could do, if it's like a consumable good, you could do ingredients. I think that would be helpful.
Yeah, we have that on the skincare product.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
On this one, 100% create a tab and call it how to use.
Mm-hmm.
People will probably want to know how to use it. So I would encourage you to include that. And then the reviews, I would just take it out of the tab. I think it's social proof. It's so important. Just have it live on the product page.
What review tool are you using right now?
Stamped.
Yay,
Okay.
I love Stamped.
Stamped is great. You can turn on photo reviews in the back end of Stamped and start requesting people take pictures with those reviews. And you could use, I think Stamped will do it, or another tool to pull in some of the additional social proof, perhaps from social media, onto the site. I know, Kurt, that there's something changing with the Instagram API that limits some of that, but there's still a way to grab social proof off the site and show it. The one thing I would say that I think it's super clean, but I'll go back to the previous one with Jenna. Influencers will sell product. If you can get influencers with the product on their face, you can put that in the descriptions here. So even if I mean, you know, you could try and do it for free, giving micro influencers product. But if you got an influencer they paid $1,000 up to $10,000 for, and then they shot with the product, make sure that you take that content, get the rights to that content before you give them any money, and put that on the product detail pages. It'll sell more product.
Yeah. I have plenty of that stuff. I just need to get it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
I have found a conversion killer that will put your sales in the graveyard.
Tell me.
Foolish mortals.
And so we've got down here, I agree with the terms and conditions. Oh my God, please get rid of this. Why is this here?
Where? Oh, up there. Yeah. Okay.
In the mini cart. And if you don't check it, you don't get to check out. This thing, I'll make you a whole bunch of money right now. Get rid of that. Yay.
Yeah.
I will take my consulting fee now. I wish to be paid in derma rollers. But yeah, I mean, I add to cart. It pops open the drawer cart. Drawer cart looks great. I would just get rid of that element. Whoa, I found something missing.
What?
Ooh, girl.
All right.
Gotta fix that one.
Didn't know that was there.
You have, in customized theme, you have to go to the cart page, and there's like featured collection is in there. That's what happened.
Yeah, and I do like the idea of adding an additional product here, but I like the bold upsell for this one. There's a couple of others that I've seen with just one specific product, and it's kind of a box that's right here between, well, it's just like between the you may also be interested in that bottom bar. And it gives you the best product fit based on the products that are in the cart. So it's not just a featured collection. It's not random. It's actually kind of oriented towards what you've seen people buy one product with another, right?
It works really well.
Derma roller, you might have a cream or something that goes with it really nicely.
Yeah.
So that'll work.
And then once we're on this page, since this is a new brand, a new product, I would consider adding a tagline to the logo that's like satisfaction guaranteed. Just for people who are like, I don't know about these guys. That Emily seems a little weird. This footer looks really nice. I love you've got like a little description in here. Yeah, this looks good. Boring but important. See, here's a time where clever works. I like that. And then at the bottom, powered by
Yeah.
Shopify. I always go in the footer section of the theme and just rip it out.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Shopify.
Yeah, you don't get a backlink. You got enough.
Yeah, you're good.
I pay you money so that I don't have to show your name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're using a bundle app called Bundler or something like that. It's really cheap. It's like a few dollars a month, and it works. I mean, it's not amazing, but it works. Do you think that investing in a bold bundling, adding, app would be a, sort of more robust and worthwhile?
Well, I think the only mistake here is that you don't have the add to cart like frequently bought with. Like if you've got this here, why not have it on this page below the image?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like it's just such an easy win. Like if I'm already considering this, can I get the other one?
Yeah.
The other thing you could do it with, to Derek's point, is with bold upsell, you create the bundle as a product.
Mhm.
And then in the upsell, you go, hey, did you want to get the bundle for just $5 more or whatever?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And what's cool about bold upsell is there's a checkbox where it goes, just display the price difference. And then it swaps the product out.
Yeah. I think I've been thinking about switching, so I think I probably will now. Yes. Once I get through my list of homework, all my Post-it notes.
Awesome. Well, I think you're onto something here. I think that there is value in this brand. I like the price point of the product, and the branding is crystal clear. So just a lot of work to do. It's a lot of hard work to do.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone's time.
Yeah, of
Thank
course.
you.
Emily, thanks for hopping on.
Thanks.
Kurt, we are definitely over time.
Yeah, you get out of here. I got to eat dinner.
I know, right? This was amazing. We should probably do this again.
I greatly enjoyed it. I would do it again. And I choose to go out on the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. All right. We'll leave it there.
Awesome. All right, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. See ya.
Bye.